Hey, welcome back to another episode of the Disturbed Penguin podcast. As always, this is Xavior Penguin, and yeah, I'm a little tired. I'm a little tired, so I apologize if words don't seem coherent today. Bad thing is, with the way that I feel like I'm speaking and the way that I'm sounding, it sounds like to me that's the particular topic of the day that I want to yap about and all that jazz. But first, I've got to get me a drink of my soda, because I tell you what, my throat is so dry it's not even funny. And yet it's starting to get pretty humid here in St. Louis. Good old Midwestern weather. Or central United Statesian weather. I don't know. I need soda. I need caffeine. One moment. There we go. Sorry about that. Okay, so welcome back to another episode of the podcast here. It's been a long week. Trying to figure out if there was anything major, anything out of the ordinary that had happened. No, not that I can think of, and that's fine. Not much has happened. I already had some topics I wanted to discuss here today, and hopefully you'll be able to hear me. I have a newer headset for my phone here. It's the one that's actually meant for the S6, the one with the weird earbuds that like go into your ear canal and kind of rest on the outside of your ear hole and all of that. So it actually feels weird in my ear. So I'm hoping that this is picking up. Is this picking up? That much I don't know. Oh, wow. Alright, so I have a feeling that my audio might be just a tad low today. Might be a tad low. Alright, so the topic that I wanted today was basically the title of the podcast is going to be called Speeches. But I have a feeling it's going to relate to voice and everything. I've been doing YouTube for a hot minute, in regards to making videos and chatting with friends online and things like that. I'd like to think that I'm still relatively new. I mean, as of right now, I've got about 111 subscribers, so that's fantastic. The number keeps growing slowly, but it's growing. And you know what? I wouldn't even know what to do if I did something so insanely cool that my subscriber count went right through the roof. So I have no idea what would do. I'd probably poo myself. So I'm good where it's at. I'm trying to bring out a video every day, and this is the stuff that I like to play, that I want to play, that I think is fun to play. And if other people don't want to watch it, then that's cool. If they want to, great, that's cool too. I'm doing this for fun, as a little hobby for me, like I've stated many times before. But I don't have too many subscribers, and again, that's fine. I'm still relatively new. Come on, people, go. There's no one in front of you. You can move your butt. Okay. Thank you. Penguin's a little crazy today. So, wow. Oh, come on. Are you serious? I'm going to stop in the middle of the intersection. Great, thank you. Alright. Gotta love 270. Gotta love 270. Highway 270. Here in St. Louis, Missouri. So, let me get around these people before I continue. Can't even have a complete thought without these people getting stupid on the highway. And well, you might say, well, Penguin, you're you're kind of stupid for trying to record your podcast while you're driving. Well, I'm not, looking away from my screen, looking away from my viewfinder, and that's called my windshield. I've just got it in my lap, and it's just recording, so I'm not looking at my phone or looking down. Come on. Well, fine. I'll just zoom past you with 8 cylinders of awesomeness. And now I slow down again. What is going on here, man? Also, now I start to try to pass you, and then you're like, oh, I guess I'll speed up in this lane. St. Louis drivers. Freaking swear. I love St. Louis. I live close by. I'm not going to say what town I'm in, but I'm close by St. Louis. I'm a suburb of it. But as soon as I get on 270... Anyway, let's move on to a happier subject. Getting back to the YouTube thing. I've been doing this for a while and all that, and I've tried to get better in my production quality, in terms of the video, in terms of how I edit it, in terms of audio, and things of that nature. And I do want to get a better speaking voice. All right. Now, with the way I'm talking now, again, I'm just waking up. All right. I woke up at about 9:45. I'm out the door at about 10:10, and then that's when I'm on my way to work. So I'm relatively still waking up. Usually I wake up at 9 and I don't sound this bad. How you guys are hearing me now. I sound like crap. So yeah, I want to get better in a speaking voice, just overall enunciation, overall everything else, but I still want to retain who I am. Now, it's weird that whenever because I grew up in Southeast Missouri. I grew up in Southeast Missouri and in the boot heel of Missouri, and then came up here for college in 2001. And I noticed that within, I want to say about a year or two, probably 2, my accent left me. But it's gone. I mean, for those that are listening that are not native to St. Louis, that are not native to Missouri, you'll probably be like, wow, you do have an accent. But here in Missouri, we have from about on Highway 55, there's a twin towns called Festus and Crystal City. They're like right next to each other. And from about there south, you get a very southern type of country, type of, I'm just going to say it, hillbilly type of accent. And then from there north, you get more of a northern, more of a proper speaking accent. At least that's what I found in my travels. And I use the term hillbilly not in a derogatory term. I use it in a term of endearment. Because again, that's where I came from, Southeast Missouri. So the accent ranges. Now, in my opinion, I believe I've lost my accent, a big majority of it, since I came up to St. Louis and did college and am now speaking to you guys. I miss that accent, and I wish that I actually had it back. Because in my opinion, if I had that back, for some reason, in my own warped mind, I would probably get a few more views on YouTube. And I like the way I talk then. It wasn't lazy, it was just a laid back dialect, I guess you could say, of the English language. And just the way that you said and did things was very laid back. And now that I'm up here, I have to convey my words and actions much more efficiently, and therefore I have to speak a little proper and things, because St. Louis is a busy city. It's it's go all the time. And so I think that that's why I kind of lost my accent. And I believe that I'm also highly sensitive to changes in dialects, or changes in what's the word I'm looking for? Well, in accents. Yeah, basically. Hell, I think I might call this podcast Accents. Speeches and Accents. Brought to you by Black & Decker Tools. I don't know. We'll figure it out. I'm taking another drink of my soda. Point being is that I was talking with a few of my friends online, getting ready to play some Minecraft and whatnot. And it was Final Fantasy 14. That's what it was. And we were getting ready to play that, and one of my friends, he had one of his friends on the chat, and she was very, very British. She was from across the pond, and it took everything I had not to try to mimic her dialect and her tone and her accent. It took everything I had not to, because it's like, I want to talk to you. I want to talk to the way that you're speaking to me, and if I do, I might insult you because I'm an American and I suck at trying to form accents that mimic other languages. Yeah, I wanted to so bad, and I'm like, no, Penguin, no, Xavier, just calm down. If you do, you're going to insult her. We don't want that. So I didn't do it. But I'm like, I told my friend, I go, it was my pilot. I go, pilot, man, it took everything I had to not mimic her. And he goes, yeah, it can be hard. But yeah, I want to get better. I want to get better in speaking, because I am at a retail job and I do talk with customers, one-on-one. And I like to think I get my thoughts across right. I like to think that I hit the message, and I like to think that I am a pretty outgoing person whenever it comes to things that I absolutely need to do, and my job is absolutely something I need to do. I think, as we stated before, I'm outgoing, but not that outgoing. I'm extroverted to a point that I'm introverted. If that makes any sense. Anyway, I'm social when I need to be. And talking to customers at my job, it's something I need to be social with. I like to think I do a good job, but sometimes I don't think I convey my message across. Sometimes I don't think I say the right words, or just speak properly. And that's my thing. And here I am, I'm looking in the rearview mirror, looking at traffic, thinking, oh, hey, these are my subscribers I'm talking to, as I'm seeing this red truck come up behind me. Whatever. And so I want to get better at it. I mean, there are people. Hello, Harley. There are a couple people, and I know I've referenced them before. Dr. Brian, Lorgon 111, and of course, KurtJMac. I want to get that kind of voice. I mean, there are times where Brian, for lack of a name, Dr. Brian, Lorgon 111, he does have kind of a higher octave, a higher toned voice, and I think that's where I'm at. But his voice is pleasant to hear, it's not annoying. Whereas with me, and even with me, after I go in, take this file off my phone, put it on my laptop, edit it, I'm like, wow, I kind of have a whiny voice. It annoys me. With the way I sound now, just by speaking, what it sounds like reverberating in my skull is not the same voice I hear after it's been digitally recorded. And I don't know which one I like better. Because on one hand, I like my reverberated skull voice, and that one, oh, come on, get in front of me, come on. I like it because at times I know my voice gets low. Excuse me. My voice gets low, And I can get pretty low, but I can't maintain. I was wanting to try to keep a low voice through the rest of this little spiel here and everything. But my voice crackled. It happens and it pisses me off. So, I've got that voice, which I think I'm on the same vocal tone, the same kind of tonality. I don't know the correct term, so my apologies for being stupid and not researching 5 minutes before I started recording. I think I'm in that same tone as the good doctor, but I want a voice like a lot of other famous people, and I'm going to lump KurtJMac into one of those because he does have a low voice. David Keith, Goliath from Gargoyles. He's got a low voice, and it's just like, I want that voice, and I have no idea how to attain it. I think that by having a low voice, I think I might be able to, again, pronounce things a little bit more correctly, and actually have, I don't know, I don't want to say a more fun time on YouTube, but I think I would have probably a better time. I don't know, it's just the thoughts going in my head regarding my voice, they're fucked up. Hell, I think whenever I start thinking to myself or having an internal monologue with myself, my inner voice has an accent. It's like, "Oh, Penguin, what are you doing today? I don't think you should be doing that." "What? No, mate. Don't go over there. If you do, you're going to get your ass kicked." Or some kind of random voice, random tone along with it. I know I butchered whatever I just said. So I completely apologize. It was spur of the moment. That voice in my head is usually a lot more refined than what I just did. I have a feeling I'm going to offend a lot of people today. But I want to get better, and I think it's just all out of practice. Just practice speaking and everything. Well, hell, Kurt, he's got like 490 episodes as of this last Monday of Far Lands or Bust. Where he's walking in one direction to the Far Lands in Minecraft Beta 1.7.3 for a walkathon for Child's Play charity, a charity that gets books, toys, and games to kids in hospitals around the world. Anyway, small plug. He's got 490 episodes of him speaking. And the reason that he started doing YouTube was to get better at speaking and get better at various other things, to get out of his shell. But he's got a slew of other series that are 20 plus episodes. I mean, he's got a lot of episodes, so he's gotten a lot of practice. I don't have that much. So, like I said, I'm still relatively new to the YouTube game, but I think that the more I practice, I think the better that I'm going to be. And it's just not practicing making videos, putting out shitty videos. I try not to. And if I do, please call me out on it. Again, I'm just doing this for fun. But he's got the practice, and I think his viewers and new people that come on to him are like, "Oh, hey, I really like this guy's voice, and I like the content that he does. I'm going to subscribe," which is what happened to me. I was watching Good Boulderfist, and he had mentioned KurtJMac. I'm like, okay. So I watched Mr. KurtJMac whenever he got the 292-202 monument, like the episode after when he started that season. That was probably season 3. Yeah, that would have been the start of season 3, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong. And I just fell in love with the series, watched every episode thus far, and all of that. And it's just like, wow, I like this dude's voice. I'm a sucker for voices, if you haven't figured that shit out, And I like hearing voices. Beyond that point, it's one of the oddly satisfying things. that I enjoy. But I think with practice, I'm going to get better. And I think that by doing the podcast as well, I can also analyze the way I speak. You know, because on my YouTube videos, I try to keep a sense of direction, or at least attempt to, and try to stay on that particular topic of that game, or if something's going on, try to make mention of something else happening in real life or whatever. But with my podcast, it's more one-on-one. It's more, hey, you know, I've got people that actually do listen to this and do halfway care about what happened during my day and the topics that I want to talk about. You know, let's be more real with them. And that's why you hear me swearing up and down at the way that St. Louisans drive, including myself, and things like that. So it's more of a one-on-one kind of thing. I'm speaking to you. Driving with my left hand, using my right hand to make motions all left and right as if I'm sitting right there looking at you. It's like I've got a fucking webcam and that's my windshield, and I'm talking at it like, I've got a webcam, moving my hand, trying to make a point. What is wrong with me? But that's the kind of motions that I'm going through now. So I think I'll be able to analyze how I speak, what's my tone. Is there anything I can change in regards to speaking? And I think the podcast is actually going to help me kind of better my vocals. Fuck it. Vocals. That should be the name of the podcast. Vocals. Fuck it. Vocals. Oh my goodness. See, this is what I like doing. I mean, it sounds like, to me just right now, it just hit me that it's almost like I'm talking on the phone to someone and the other person's just listening to me rant and rave about how my girlfriend dumped me or something like that. It's kind of that kind of situation. This kind of arrangement that you and I are in. You know, I'm talking on the phone to you and you're just listening to me to make sure that I'm okay. That you're going to be there for me. Is what it feels like to me. And I think we're going to take it like that from here on out. Did I hit all the points I want? Yeah, I believe I did. Awesome. Alright, well, I'm getting close to my destination, getting close to my work and everything. So, yeah, by all means, thank you for even listening in and taking the time to listen to me pander on about random bullshit, things like that. So if you have any questions, if you want any questions asked, why am I asking the questions? I just did, didn't I? Yes, I did. So if you want any questions answered, I'll be more than happy to answer them. You know, I'm not an expert in things, but I will bring that question up in the next podcast. So if you do have any questions, feel free to look at the screen or at the description wherever YouTube decides to put it. It should pop up here. And if you look there, send the email to xavior.penguin@disturbed-penguin.net with the subject line of podcast questions. And I will go ahead and answer those while I record on my way to our second location for my work. If you have any comments about what's been going on, if you want to add your 2 cents to this, please leave a comment. I'll be more than happy to reply. I'm trying to reply to all the comments that I get. Granted, I'm not getting a lot, but I do try to reply and let people know that, hey, yeah, I'm a small YouTuber, but I still give a shit about my subscribers. Other than that, let's go ahead and cut it off here. And that's another thing. Different phrases we say. See? Voice. Different phrases we say. Again, I'd like to thank you for watching and listening. My name is Xavier Penguin, and I will catch you on the flip side.